Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And if you're a true General Hospital fan, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get started with today's video. According to General Hospital, GH, teasers on Thursday, July 16th, Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, will deliver some unpleasant news, while Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thiebaud, is on the hot seat. Plus, Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, issues a terrible warning. The land of Port Charles will be the setting for another action-packed episode on Thursday, July 16th, so it's time to unravel all of the drama that awaits. Giovanni Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza, will discuss the future with his gal pal Emma Scorpio Drake, Braden Bruner, as he prepares for his outstanding performance at the showcase. While Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, performed admirably, Gio drew the attention of music producers as well. Will he discover that one of them was highly interested in him, or is this a conversation about their romance? Across town, Liesl Albrecht, Kathleen Gotti, will lash out at someone, and all arrows lead to Jocelyn. Liesl is upset that the WSB has blamed the entire cold fusion research on her son, Cassius Faison, Ryan Pavey, while portraying Ross Cullum, Andrew Hawkes, as a hero. Joss, who submitted the statement, would most likely visit the blonde at the hospital to correct her. Having said that, the inexperienced WSB agent will respond with a severe warning for Liesl. During a preview for Thursday's show, Joss is shown stating, "You don't want that, trust me." Liesl may want to storm into WSB headquarters, but that would be a stupid and hazardous thing to do, so can Joss persuade her otherwise? Meanwhile, GH teasers for the July 16th episode suggests that Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, will put Britt on the hot seat. Anna is on an unknown assignment, trying to acquire as much information as possible about what happened with Cullum and Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rhoda, while she was away. Can Britt provide her the information she requires? The GH Thursday teaser includes a scene of Anna and Britt as the good doctor informs the super spy that they have more in common than she realizes. Stella Henry, Vernee Watson, will issue her own warning from the hospital. She'll try to persuade Isaiah Gannon, Sandy Wilson, to leave Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, and Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, alone and give them some time with their newborn boy. By the July 16th episode, Portia will be in the hospital with baby Ashford. A scene from the General Hospital teaser shows the new mom beaming while carrying the baby and asking Curtis if he wants to meet his son. Unfortunately, Isaiah will manage to disrupt the parents' bonding time with their kid, so let's hope nobody begins arguing in front of the baby. In addition, General Hospital rumors indicate that Cody will bring some unpleasant news, and it appears that he will be present to inform James West, Gary James Fuller, that the guy he thought was his father was actually his uncle. As fans know, James fell in love with Nathan West, Ryan Pavey. However, Nathan was actually his twin brother, Cassius Faison, Ryan Pavey. How will James handle it all? Finally, Brick, Stephen S. Smith, will return and be summoned by Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard. Sonny despises the thought of Valentine Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, romancing Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, so he's hopeful that Brick can help him damage their romance. According to General Hospital spoilers, such plans never work out and always backfire on the schemer, so Sonny should watch his step. The mood in the crowded halls of General Hospital was filled with the usual combination of haste and hidden secrets. Nurses ran past with records, doctors conferred quietly, and the soft beep of monitors provided a steady backdrop to the lives unfolding in Port Charles. On this particular Thursday, the weight of recent instability lingered, Jason Morgan's stunning reappearance, rumors of WSB participation, and the lingering shadows of prior threats that refuse to be forgotten. Cody Bell stood outside the Quartermain Estate stables, his hands firmly clutching the reins of a restless horse. The information he carried seared in his chest like a brand. He had spent the morning double-checking information with doctors, trying to find a grain of inaccuracy, but there was none. His thoughts returned to the complex web of ties that defined his life in town. Dante, his half-brother, the family he was still struggling to fully embrace, and the tenuous bonds he'd formed with others. But today, the harsh truth dropped hard on someone who deserved more after everything she'd been through. He noticed Britt Westbourne near the entrance of the hospital's research wing, her stance more upright than it had been in months. Her recent health revelation, that she didn't have Huntington's after all, that the diagnosis had been a cruel manipulation, had given her a new outlook on life. Yet, shadows clung to her. Cody approached cautiously, his cowboy boots scuffing on the pavement. "Britt, hey, got a minute?" Britt asked, her face a mix of astonishment and guarded affection. "Cody, if this is about that awkward kiss from last year, or whatever drama's brewing with Molly, I'm not in the mood. I've got enough on my plate with Anna breathing down my neck." Cody's jaw clenched. He wasn't looking for previous flirtations or hospital gossip. "It's not that. Look, I just came from talking to some contacts in the lab. It's about your case, the vials, the experiments Cullum and Sidwell forced you into. The bad news is, the effects might not be completely reversible. There's residual damage they didn't catch before. Your immune system's compromised in ways that could flare up under stress." Britt froze, her hand instinctively pressing against her side where the old injection sites still ached in memory. She was exhausted from being in the hot seat with Anna Devane earlier that day. Anna's interrogation had been intense, digging into every detail of Britt's time with Rocco, the fabricated death, the coerced work on cold fusion prototypes, and the charges about her involvement in the bigger scheme. Britt had strongly defended herself, stating she was a victim rather than a willing participant, but Anna's skepticism lingered like smoke. "You've got to be kidding me," Britt said quietly, her voice cracking. "I just got my life back." Lucas confirmed that the Huntingtons was a lie. "Now this." Cody nodded solemnly, moving her aside to a quieter bench. He described the details, test findings revealing trace substances that could cause autoimmune responses, the necessity for constant monitoring, and the emotional toll it could have on her connection with her family, particularly Liesl Albrecht. Britt listened, her blazing energy temporarily subdued. She broke out briefly at the unfairness of it all, mimicking Albrecht's previous outburst at medical workers when she learned of Britt's continuous examination. Liesl had marched through the corridors, demanding explanations and safety for her daughter, her German accent increasing with wrath as she attacked everyone she saw. Meanwhile, across town at the Corinthos' home, Jocelyn Jacks paced the living room, clutching her phone tightly. The deadly warning she'd made the day before, to friends and allies caught up in the WSB fallout, still rang in her head. "Stay out of it," she had instructed multiple people. "If you push too hard, people will get hurt. I've seen what these agencies do when cornered." Her covert engagement had cost her dearly, straining connections with her mother Carly and forcing her to make terrible decisions. As new information about potential reprisals became available, that warning felt more essential than ever. Jocelyn's thoughts drifted to her pals. She sent a text to Trina, hoping that the big news Gio and Trina had gotten earlier might provide some light in the gloom. Emma and Gio had spent the afternoon discussing their futures, college plans, goals beyond Port Charles, the kind of positive discussions that Joss had been missing lately. Even young love couldn't resist the town's gravitational pull toward drama. Back at the hospital, tensions rose in Portia's office. Isaiah interrupted a heated exchange between Portia and Curtis, cutting through their discussion about family boundaries and past sins. Curtis expressed modest gratitude for the help he had gotten, but the interruption demonstrated how interconnected everyone was. Secrets spread faster than official routes. Britt, still suffering from Cody's announcement, found herself cornered when Anna reappeared. The interview resumed in a secluded room, with Anna asking crisp and meticulous questions. "You are in deep with Cullum's operation, Britt. Help me understand why we shouldn't see you as a continued risk." Britt pushed back, her voice rising as she explained the compulsion, her concern for Rocco, and her desperate effort for normalcy. The hot seat stung her, but she stood firm, even as Albrecht's previous outburst at staff fueled the rumors circulating in the hallways. Cody lingered nearby, guilty about having to deliver more terrible news. He'd come a long way since his days of conniving for gems, convoluted relationships, and questionable connections. Giving this report to Britt seemed like another test of his progress. He observed her through the window, appreciating her fortitude. Despite the twist in her diagnosis, she fought. He made a mental point to check on Dante later, Familial bonds required sharing the burden. As nighttime approached, Jocelyn arrived at the hospital, her terrible warning still on her lips as she pulled Carly aside. "Mom, you have to listen. Valentine's playing a dangerous game, and if we don't back down, it could bring everyone down." Carly, already on edge from recent events, absorbed the words with a heavy heart. The mother-daughter bond, strained by WSB secrets, deepened once more through mutual determination. In the background, smaller threads weaved across the day. Emma and Joe's chat about their future spilled into the cafeteria, full of uncertain hope and promises to stay connected no matter what. Albrecht's outburst alarmed staff, but it also rallied a few to Britt's side, humanizing the typically prickly doctor. Isaiah's interruption with Portia and Curtis defused potential arguments by reminding them of greater issues such as community safety. Britt finally escaped from Anna's interrogation, fatigued but unbroken. Cody approached again, offering a sympathetic shoulder. "Whatever comes next, you've got people. Me included." Their common history, flirtations, betrayals, and surprising camaraderie added layers to the occasion. Britt attempted a weak smile. "Bad news seems to follow me, Cody. But I'm not running this time." The hospital sank into its night rhythm, but the day's undercurrents pulsed beyond. Jocelyn's warning spread quietly among trusted circles, a call to be cautious in a community where danger lurked behind every alliance. Cody's traumatic delivery laid the groundwork for future medical tales, while Britt's hot seat interrogation promised further details about the scheme that had almost engulfed her. Port Charles never slept well. Relationships were tested, truths were disclosed, and warnings were heard. The community's fabric was stretched but held together. As the lights dropped in patient rooms and staff changed shifts, the characters braced for whatever Friday had in store. Boundaries drawn, feelings explained, and possibly a few more secrets revealed under General Hospital's relentless spotlight. Port Charles is ready for another emotional storm as secrets, surprising revelations, and ominous warnings threaten to alter several people's lives permanently. Thursday's developments promise violent confrontations and surprising twists, which may leave many locals wondering who they can genuinely trust. Cody Bell finds himself with knowledge no one wants to hear. After recent events appeared to bring optimism and stability, Cody is abruptly confronted with circumstances that threaten to shatter his expectations. Cody, known for his commitment and dedication, has been working to keep people around him safe while dealing with his own complex feelings. However, the unpleasant news he now bears may be impossible to soften. As he strives to convey the truth, Cody realizes that every word he speaks could have catastrophic implications. The load is heavy on him, especially since the people involved have already experienced more than their fair share of tragedy. Cody understands that timing is crucial, yet postponing the inevitable may only make things worse. Meanwhile, Britt finds herself in a very difficult position. She was formerly recognized for her confidence and smart intuition, but now she finds herself in the hot seat when unpleasant questions arise. Her past has been rife with secrets, difficult relationships, and decisions that continue to haunt her. Those unsolved concerns have returned in full force. The pressure on Britt increases as more people demand answers. Some are doubtful of her intentions, while others believe she has been concealing something significant. Britt has worked hard to move forward and rebuild trust, but recent developments threaten to reverse her efforts. As allegations and suspicions mount, Britt realizes she might have no choice except to defend herself. However, admitting the truth may cause even worse complications. The scenario becomes more difficult as old foes and erstwhile allies start paying close attention to her every action. At the same moment, Jocelyn Jacks senses a threat approaching. Her senses tell her something is very wrong, and she refuses to ignore the warning signs. Jocelyn has learned to trust her instincts after experiencing loss, betrayal, and several life-threatening events. Her fears quickly escalate into a frightening warning to someone close to her. Jocelyn is terrified that a catastrophic error is about to be committed, and she works tirelessly to avert calamity before it is too late. It is unclear whether her warning is about personal concerns or something considerably more serious, but her urgency cannot be disregarded. Jocelyn faces resistance as she tries to persuade others to listen. Some argue that she is overreacting, while others fail to recognize the gravity of the situation. Nonetheless, Jocelyn is determined to protect those she loves about, even if it means putting herself in harm's way. Elsewhere in Port Charles, tensions are rising among numerous families. Long-buried secrets are starting to emerge, causing fresh divisions and renewing old wounds. Relationships that appeared to be stable are suddenly put to the test as trust becomes more difficult to sustain. The timing couldn't be worse, especially when many residents are already coping with personal issues. Fear and uncertainty quickly spread, making many people feel vulnerable and alienated. In true Port Charles form, each revelation seemed to raise more questions. Cody's distressing revelation may be linked to incidents that others have desperately tried to conceal. As more pieces of the puzzle fall into place, it becomes clear that someone has been influencing the situation from behind the scenes. If that is shown to be true, the implications could be considerably more severe than anyone could have predicted. The pressure on Cody grows as he considers who he can trust. While revealing the truth may endanger innocent individuals, remaining silent may cause considerably more harm. Cody is torn between devotion and responsibility and must make one of the most difficult decisions of his life. Meanwhile, Britt's situation gets more desperate. The spotlight on her shines stronger, and every move she makes is thoroughly examined. Some people continue to give her the benefit of the doubt, remembering the sacrifices she made in the past. Others, however, believe she is somehow implicated in the current mess. Britt recognizes that public opinion may shift in an instant. Her complex journey in Port Charles has seen both acceptance and rejection. This current obstacle exposes her to face difficult memories and unresolved feelings that she had hoped to leave behind. As rumors circulate, Britt must decide whether to keep some secrets or divulge what she knows. Both options have significant dangers, and there may be no way to avoid the consequences. Jocelyn's warning becomes more urgent as more information emerges. She starts connecting the dots that others have missed, reinforcing her opinion that quick action is required. Her drive exemplifies the fortitude and resilience she has gained through numerous struggles. However, following her intuition may put her in direct collision with strong persons with their own goals. Jocelyn has never been afraid to fight for what she believes is right, but this scenario could be more hazardous than any she has encountered before. The emotional stakes keep rising as loved ones try to protect one another while dealing with their own worries and concerns. Friendships are tested, alliances change, and unexpected collaborations form. As Thursday progresses, the atmosphere in Port Charles becomes more strained. Every discussion contains hidden significance, and every decision might have long-term ramifications. The residents are torn between telling the truth and lying. Cody finally recognizes that keeping his horrible news concealed is no longer an option. The truth eventually emerges, no matter how terrible it is. The difficulty is to determine the optimum technique to reveal it without causing irrevocable damage. Britt finds the hot seat nearly unbearable. Questions keep coming in, and the pressure threatens to reveal vulnerabilities she has tried hard to hide. It is unclear whether she will be able to survive the examination. At the same time, Jocelyn refuses to back down on her threat. She recognizes that disregarding the warning signs could result in catastrophe, and she is willing to go to incredible lengths to prevent it. Her dedication may eventually prove to be the key to solving a far bigger mystery. The linked lives of Port Charles inhabitants ensure that no one is unaffected by the growing drama. Every disclosure has repercussions that affect friends, family members, and even old foes. As tensions approach a boiling point, several people are compelled to make difficult decisions. Some will opt to be honest, while others may continue to hide behind cleverly created lies. Finally, the truth often comes at a high cost. Many others are impatiently waiting for answers to Cody's news. The threat of loss and heartache weighs heavy in the air, producing a sense of dread and expectation. Britt's future is likewise uncertain as she faces more scrutiny. Whether she emerges stronger from this ordeal or becomes another victim of Port Charles intrigue will be determined mainly by the decisions she takes in the following hours. Jocelyn's warning serves as a striking reminder that danger might strike when least expected. Her willingness to speak up, even when others question her, demonstrates her developing maturity and strength. By the time the dust settles, numerous lives may be irreparably altered. Relationships could be irreparably harmed, new enemies may develop, and frightening secrets may eventually be revealed. Thursday's events offer a captivating blend of suspense, emotional struggle, and unexpected disclosures. With Cody burdened by heartbreaking news, Britt under enormous strain, and Jocelyn anxiously attempting to prevent calamity, Port Charles once again demonstrates that tranquility is always fleeting. As secrets are revealed and emotions rise, viewers can expect intense confrontations and dramatic moments that leave them wondering what will happen next. One thing is certain, the citizens of Port Charles are about to embark on another epic chapter fraught with tragedy, danger, and life-altering decisions.